Hello there. So once again we are here in Exmouth. This is the River Ex at low tide behind me. It's quite nice. And as you can remember, we will often have a train going past and sharing in all the joy. So today I want to talk to you about the kind of little things that I keep noticing about France which are a bit odd. I didn't think that these could kind of constitute a video all on their own, but I think they're still worth noting because these are things that, I don't know, threw me off my game a little bit and made me a bit worried when I first encountered them. So this video may be a little bit bitty, but I feel it will still be substantial enough in its whole. The whole will be greater than the sum of its parts. First up, things I thought I would never say while on Erasmus in the south of France. It's only like 25 degrees today, it's kind of chilly. Sorry I'm late, I was looking for my swimming cap. For real. €4 for a bottle of wine. You splashed out? Well, might as well just go live in Spain. And specifically for Erasmus ones, I can't. I've got a cold. I can't. I've got an essay. Another one which I wasn't expecting, but which isn't exactly a phrase, is not being able to remember whether you heard something in English or in French. I don't speak French in France nearly as much as I was hoping, but you still use it enough so that when you're revising, or just a story that someone's told you, you may well have heard it in fluent French, and it's kind of the information that's stored and not exactly the words. So I don't know, that was a weird thing. I guess leading on from that is the fact that sometimes I'll be in the middle of a conversation and I can't think of a word in English, but I can think of it in French. I was chatting to my brother on Skype the other day and I wanted to say, oh, I've got a few connaissances, because I couldn't remember the word acquaintances. There's also some words that just sound nicer in French. I probably have talked to you about this before, but the word bouleversant, it's shocking, or it literally is kind of something that knocks you over, is bouleversant. And it's just such a nice word. Another thing which I really wish someone had told me about first is that French handwriting is tricky. From a young age, everyone in France seems to learn to write in the exact same way. And it's very fancy and fluid and it looks very nice, but it's not ideal when you actually have to recognise words. These are the ones that kept standing out to me. These are kind of understandable. You'll probably be able to see that that's an M just with an extra loop on it, that's an N with an extra loop on it. It's windy here! But it's these three at the bottom which threw me, and any of these when in a long sentence can start to look like each other. It's like, do you know people whose handwriting just turns into a line with a few kind of bumps on it as if it's an oscillator or something? This is usually an R and the hook bit kind of goes down. I don't know. This is a capital M. This is the thing that annoys me the most. Oh, I know it sounds pedantic and silly to be complaining about someone's handwriting, but it's not someone's handwriting, it's everyone's handwriting, and all the French people can understand it. But unless you know beforehand what to expect, it's going to take you some mental effort to actually decipher this. You look at a word like this, written on the board, a word which is probably quite important to your degree, and you go, ah bon? This says pronom, so pronoun, quite important to a linguistics degree, but when I see this written on the board I just... Which is why it's nice to come home sometimes and just kind of mellow out. I'm going to wait for a train to come by and then we'll say goodbye. Come on, someone! Yes! Go wave off the driver! Cheers, drive. Thank you very, very much for coming once again, and I hope you have a marvellous week. I'll be back in Aix next week revising my little face-off for exams. Santé to the driver and santé to you.